Here we are, week 1 of the 2018 season. If you don't know exactly what's going on, I did create a video that sums up everything that's happened up to this point in Fire Sale franchise, which hopefully I'll remember to link down in the description. And now let's take a quick look at the team, because there's still a lot going on with the team at the moment. After we played in the preseason, I again looked back at what everybody was saying. I had originally said, I think Tammy might be it, but then overwhelming support for Sitton. So we're going to roll with Sitton. He was the guy I wanted to originally use, but we're also going to give him a chance to be successful. I'm not going to now swap quarterbacks a million times. We're just going to let him go unless he gets injured or throws a million interceptions without me telling him to do anything. That's the only time he'll be replaced by Tammy. You look at the rest of the offense and it's all drafted players, except for a couple of guys that were rookies in this real life year. So Marshall, Mitchell, Sharp, and then also Brandon Coleman. Pretty much the same on defense. A few more real players here though, but the safeties, 2 of the 3 linebackers, our corner and 1 defensive tackle. And just in case I didn't make it obvious enough in the summing up video, Kevin Pierre-Louis is our man. This guy is the leader of the defense, pretty much the single best player we picked up as a free agent when we first started this thing. He's just been so incredibly good, but it's going to be pretty interesting this year with some rookies at the linebacker positions. And that's pretty much all I've got to say on that. And because obviously all teams have drafted a bunch of guys, we're going to look at the teams every week as well. And like I did last season, I'll just mention guys when it's either a big time free agent signing or a worthwhile rookie starting. Probably worth mentioning that Jimmy Garoppolo plays quarterback for the Ravens. Their running back is Carlos Williams. Their wide receivers aren't that scary, but they still have some serious speed here. And the Ravens drafted Sergio Bond, a guy I was interested in, and he turned out to be a good player, an 81 overall. They have a pretty bad looking cornerback group here. That could be a field day for our receivers. And that was it. That was the Ravens. We've looked at them. We know what we're going up against, and now we're going to play them. I've got to say, I'm not overly impressed with any one Ravens player. And right at the start here, we're all over them, stopping the run game. We get the ball back without them having done anything. 1st and 10 here. Lance Sitton didn't see anyone open, decides to run for it, slides down, picks up a couple of yards, and then we get another 1st down later on. So 1st and 10 again. Finds Chance Sugars there, the rookie, and he gets himself a good pickup even after contact. And now Lance Sitton drops back again. A little out pass there to Moreland, and he just puts that defensive back on his back. So that sets up 2nd and short. 2nd and short, you take a shot downfield. Mitchell kind of gets open there on his guy. Throws it. It probably wasn't the best idea. It was also slightly overthrown. Mitchell never had a shot at it, but we can't really fully blame Sitton there, although it could have been thrown better. And now the run game there on 2nd and 2. They managed to get the 1st down, but they get themselves on 3rd and 20 here after a holding penalty. Garoppolo has plenty of time to throw it, but just doesn't get it to anyone really down there. Nobody had a shot at that, not even our defenders, and now we have the ball on 2nd and 9, and that's a perfect throw by Sitton. So he threw an interception earlier, but that was perfectly placed there. 1st and goal, easily finds a wide open Chance Sugars in the end zone, and that's his first career touchdown, although it did come after his first career interception, but it's 1 for 1 now. And a 3rd and 17 again for the Ravens. They find themselves on 3rd and long, but also with all the time in the world to throw, but he doesn't manage to hit his guy. Ifo Ekpreolumu steps in front of it, grabs the ball away. So that's the first interception of the season in the first game of the season. Ekpreolumu picking up where he left off. And now a nice little throw out there to Coleman. Let's see if Coleman can pick up where he left off. And it looks like it, a nice pickup by him. So in the 2nd quarter, 1 minute left, we've got a chance to get another touchdown, and that's a nice throw out there to Sugars again. Sugars a nice option for the rookie quarterback. Despite being a rookie himself, they can really get some chemistry going here, and then he throws it out to Coleman, who fights his way into the end zone like he did so many times last season, and that's our 2nd touchdown of the day. So we go up 14-0, and the Ravens run the ball, 7 seconds left, but they do manage to find quite a lot of space there. He pulls the Heisman pose out for some reason halfway through the run, despite no defenders being near him. Gets out to the 50, but no points for him, so we finish the first half 14-0. Sitting back to throwing again, a nice pass there, completion to Malcolm Mitchell. Now 2nd and 10, dropping back, looking pretty good coverage, and then he throws another interception. But we really can't blame Sitton there. Let's call it a decision-making issue. So the Ravens have the ball, 3rd and 5 on our 9-yard line now. All the time in the world to look around, and of course he's going to find someone open in zone coverage when he has that long to stand there. So the Ravens score a touchdown. It's now only 14-7, Sitton back on the ball under pressure, rolls out to the right, can get away from these defenders. He's got the speed, he goes, and then he fumbles the ball. But what actually happened is that fumble gets overturned. He did not fumble the ball, so a nice pickup for a 1st down from Sitton there with his legs. But now 1st and 20 after a hold, but he finds Malcolm Mitchell out there. Malcolm Mitchell makes the first guy miss, goes down the sideline. Is he going to get caught? Yes, he is. Final second there, gets pushed out at the 2-yard line. Wasn't close enough to try and dive in. And then on 2nd and goal, we try and use the bowling ball Cowan, and he doesn't manage to get in there, finds no space, and on our 3rd and goal, he goes to Sugars. They really have got a thing going very quickly here, Sitton and Sugars. The two rookies have combined for 2 touchdowns already today. So the Ravens drop back to pass, 1st and 10, plenty of time to look. Again, finds a guy who makes 2 people miss, makes another guy miss again, and then finally is tackled by Jameson Nickerson, but not before making 3 individual defenders miss. Now on 2nd and 10, Ravens going for a play action pass under pressure, and he gets caught there by Sherrills and Pierre Lewis. They share the sack. And now on 3rd and 22, gotta go deep here, throws it up. Jameson Nickerson tips the ball up. D. Milliner comes down with it. That's the 2nd interception of the day. Milliner brings it back to the 45-yard line, and that's 2 picks today. An impressive day for the secondary against the wide receiver group we weren't that impressed by. And now 3rd and 5, Sitton finds his guy Tajay Sharp, but Tajay Sharp fumbles it, also didn't have the 1st down. Sharp picks the ball up again, but we were short. And then on 4th and 2, the field goal attempt is blocked. We didn't have a blocked kick for 2 entire seasons until last year's postseason, and now we've had a bunch blocked pretty much every single game. And then they had a nice completion there. The 1st tackle was missed. Darren Stanley finally cleaning up. And then on 3rd and 2, back to pass, no pressure really coming. He rolls out to the left. Now Flowers is trying to catch him. Flowers just can't get an angle on him, and he goes into the end zone. Jimmy G touchdowns. The G stands for goes in for. So we have the ball back, 3rd and 5 late in the 4th quarter. We're really just trying to run the clock out here, and Keith Marshall does a good job there. Real nice job on the sideline. A little bit of a tiptoe act as well after forcing a guy off him. And then the bowling ball, Cowan just fighting through contact. He is so impressive when he does that. And now Keith Marshall finds a big hole here. Goes in for the touchdown. No, he stops because he's trying to run the clock out. Ends up getting tackled out of bounds. Complete waste of time there, basically. Well, actually, as a matter of fact, it was the opposite of a waste of time. That's what we wanted. And then a completion there on 2nd and goal. 3rd and goal, play action. He rolls out, gets sacked, and loses the ball. It's picked up by a lineman, but still, we have to go for the field goal attempt there on 4th. And now the Ravens are in our red zone with 30 seconds left on the clock. Manages to find a guy there. 1st tackle is missed, and Nickerson just pushes him out of bounds there at the 1-yard line. Saves the touchdown. 9 seconds left, throws it into the end zone. Pass is broken up. This is going to be pretty much the last attempt with 6 seconds left. Looks again, under pressure, throws. Darren Stanley might have had a shot and an interception there. So we had some up and down moments there. I'd say overall positive though. I mean, obviously overall positive. We won 24-14. So Lance Sitton did play very well. Yes, he threw 2 interceptions. One of them was completely stupid. Call it the play caller's fault. The other one could have been thrown better, but also wasn't really the best idea. So no blame really to Sitton for those. 82 completion percentage. We were giving him a lot of shorter stuff. Sometimes we went deep, and that's when he started to struggle a little bit, or rather, some bad decisions were made. But 9.7 yards per attempt isn't bad at all either. A 52-yard long pass. Rushing, Keith Marshall got a decent number of yards, not for a great average. He did struggle for a lot of the early part of the game. Obviously, he should have ran into the touchdown. It was kind of one of those, do we stop and run out the clock? Didn't really think about the timeouts that were left, things like that. Should have gone into the end zone, so that cost him a touchdown, which he had earned. And Nate Cowan came in to pound the ball a little bit late in the game, and he did a good job of it. Receiving, Chance Sugars is for real. 9 receptions, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. Malcolm Mitchell got straight back into stuff as well. 5 receptions, 95 yards. Brandon Coleman, 3 for 52. Tajay Sharp had 3. DJ Foster had 3. He's looking a little bit more involved again this year. Obviously, it's only been 1 game. He'd look better this game than he had done at some points last season. And then Blake Morland, who caught that 1 pass and just annihilated a defender. Blocking, Browner allowed 3 sacks. Now, some of those were, when I'm trying to run and I shouldn't be, but also it's worth keeping an eye on because we do have another guard right behind him. So if he does allow actual sacks quite regularly, we've got someone we can try instead in that place. But I've got nothing against him at this point. It's nice to see our rookie middle linebacker leading the team in tackles. Kevin Pierre-Lewis, no surprise, right behind him. Jameson Nickerson made some good plays today. Ended up saving us a touchdown at the end there. Sacks, not too much going on. Elgin Sherrill had 2 half sacks. Christian Stuckey had half a sack and Kevin Pierre-Lewis had half a sack. It's funny that our 3 linebackers are getting sacks and none of our linemen were there. Tackles for loss, Kevin Pierre-Lewis leading the pack. Stuckey with 1, Trey Flowers, Dion Jordan also got a tackle for a loss at least. And then interceptions, Ekpreolumu and D. Milliner. That was real nice. Milliner's was an opportunistic one. Ekpreolumu just beat the receiver to the ball, so it was a really nice interception from Ekpreolumu. Nice to see him picking up where he left off last year. So the defense did well with the turnovers. Maybe not as good yardage-wise than they usually are, but again, only allowed 14 points, 2 turnovers. So Tajay Sharp is now losing injury points because of a major injury, just like Keith Marshall was last year, but we know that'll stop soon enough. And week 1 we leave with a 1-0 record. So So week 2, and we have a trade offer. I did mention I put all of the quarterbacks on the trade block just to see what they could be worth. Now, the only thing I would swap for is a first rounder, and then I'd still think twice about it. It'd have to be a first rounder from a team we think is going to have a very early pick. So let's take a look what they're willing to offer for Logan Tammy. And the Patriots are offering a first round pick in 2 years' time, and frankly, I'm just not interested. That is not worth it to me. In all honesty, I don't even know if we're necessarily going to be here in 2020, and to get rid of Tammy, who may have to come in because of injury or anything, I'm not going to do that for a first and a 7th round pick in 2 years' time. So with all that sorted, we now look at the Redskins and see if they've got any players worth keeping an eye on, and I'm pretty sure they had one of those nice middle linebackers from last year's draft, Dior Sloan or someone. Yeah, so far the only new player that's worth talking about is pretty much the exact same Redskins team as it is in real life right now, apart from they've got Charles Sims at running back. Dior Sloan, the middle linebacker from last year, he's an 88 overall now. That's really impressive. And they have Kenny Vaccaro at strong safety, and a decent looking strong safety that was a rookie last year, but outside of that, no new players whatsoever. So it's pretty much the same Redskins team we've always known, the same Redskins team we beat in the playoffs last year to go to the Super Bowl. I think we've got a good chance of winning this one today. We've got to play our game, make some slightly smarter decisions with Lance sitting, and I think we will do just fine. The defense looks good, the offense looks good, Chance Sugars looks very good. Let's take on the Redskins. So I believe this is the NFC Championship rematch, and they run the ball pretty well there. Sims making a couple of guys miss in traffic, and 3rd and inches, Kirk Cousins drop back to pass, throws it up, and in coverage, Jameson Nickerson, for some reason, pass interference there, and I don't really understand why, because he could have gone further down the field and made a play on the ball himself, but that's just not what happened. So they have the ball on the 24-yard line now. Good coverage, Cousins has nowhere to go, and then he gets chased down by Dion Jordan. That's his first sack of the season. Let's hope he can find his form from last season. And now on 3rd and 20, D. Milliner comes flying in on the sack there, the corner blitz, and it worked out pretty well. So 1st and 10 for us on the 39-yard line. Plenty of room for Sitton to run here. Goes up, slides down, 19-yard gain for Sitton there with his legs. He can do it all pretty much. Now on 3rd and 6, looking around, finds Mitchell for the first down. That puts us inside the 10-yard line. And then we go on 3rd and goal. And Brian Cushing, that's not the first rookie he's welcomed to the league like that. Cowan couldn't get in. We have to settle for the field goal. And Cousins has time again, rolls out. Time is running out, and he gets sacked. Forced fumble. Dion Jordan picks the ball up and high steps into the end zone, takes it in for 6 points. The first team to score a touchdown was our defense. So Redskins back with the ball. Of course, they run it there, and Dion Jordan back in the backfield again, his 2nd tackle for a loss, and they pinned us on the 2-yard line here with a punt. So we're now going with Cowan just to get ourselves some yards, and Cowan finds space there, fights for yards. It's real fun to watch him run, and he gets another big run there, puts a safety on his back. This is why I like running the ball with Cowan. And now the Redskins have the ball back there. We didn't manage to do anything with our possession that time. Throws it up there, launches it downfield, but that was up against Stanley and Nickerson, 2 6'4" defensive backs. That wasn't going to work out. Then on 2nd and 10, looking to throw again, throws it up again against Nickerson. This time, somehow the receiver comes down with it, wedged in between 2 defenders. Cousins goes left on a zone read, gets tackled, the forced fumble again. Kevin Pierre-Lewis picks it up. It was Darren Stanley there with the forced fumble. What a play by the defense. And now Sitton throws the ball up there to Mitchell. He just goes through people. It's as if nobody was trying to tackle him, and he goes in for a touchdown. What a run by Malcolm Mitchell. So Redskins back on the ball, 2nd and 7. Kirk Cousins looking to pass, and that's a nice blocked pass there by Vance, the rookie, I believe. He puts the ball on the floor, pass deflection rather, and then Sugars here, a decent enough pickup, but can't get much going against the Redskins today. And Kirk Cousins almost gives up a safety. He's being chased, manages to get out of the end zone again, but is sacked by Dion Jordan. Very, very close to giving up 2 points there, but Dion Jordan gets his 2nd sack of the game. And on 3rd and 7, Kirk Cousins finds Deshaun Jackson, who has a similar run to Malcolm Mitchell, just going in between defenders, goes all the way to the end zone, so that's 2 touchdowns we've seen like that today. And then a 2-point conversion. Did they not learn? You don't go for 2-point conversions against this defense. On 2nd and 4, a quick little rollout, throw out there by Sitton. Completion to Sugars, who picks up the first down. Not bad, but we don't do anything again with the possession. But Stuckey's there for the sack. That's our middle linebacker, the rookie. Stuckey gets the sack. And on 2nd and 18, the next play, Kirk Cousins back to pass again. Just doesn't find anyone. Secondary doing a great job of smothering all the receivers, and that was Dion Jordan's 3rd sack of the day. And now on 3rd and 9, Sitton runs out, tries to pick up the first down, goes head first for it, but it's 4th and inches, so we go for it. We're gonna go for it, pass to DJ Foster, who picks up the first down and some more, but then gets hit, fumbles the ball, and it's a turnover to the Redskins. So really it was just like a bad punt there, or as if we'd failed the 4th down conversion. But then pressure again on Cousins. He gets away to begin with, but then is caught again from behind. Secondary is just shutting down these Redskins receivers. On 2nd and 12, pressure comes again. He gets it out to the screen, but Kevin Pierre-Louis was all over that. There's no fooling him. We get the ball back, 1st and 10, and then Keith Marshall breaks a big one. It was about time. He went the first game not getting a big play, second game until the 4th quarter, until he finally broke one. That's over 70 yards there for the touchdown. Nobody touched him, and he just broke away with his breakneck speed. Another screen there, but this time Kevin Pierre-Louis picks him off. It's the same play that Kevin Pierre-Louis sniffed out the first time. This time he gets the ball, takes it into the end zone for 6 points. This defense has scored 2 touchdowns today, and if I'm not wrong, that's Kevin Pierre-Louis' first career touchdown, so the Redskins have the ball again. Kirk Cousins just looking to make some completions here, and he makes one there, and that brings in the 2-minute warning. They have the ball, 3rd and 7 on our 11-yard line, 40 seconds left, throws it into the end zone, but a real nice pass break up there by Derek Milner. We've not seen too much from him this season, but he makes a play there, and now we run out the clock and the game's over. Well, that was quite the game. There was a dominant performance by the defense. They held the Redskins to 9 points, scored 12 points themselves. So Lance Sitton didn't have much to do today, only threw for 122 yards, 65% completion percentage. Not bad, 1 touchdown, no interceptions this week. Rushing, Keith Marshall broke a huge one, 74 yards for the touchdown. Just went straight through the middle untouched. And Nate Cowan we used as a bit of a bowling ball again, and he was averaging 5.3 yards per carry. And Lance Sitton was moving about a little bit as well, doing a little bit of work, but not too much. Receiving wise, obviously when you're not throwing it that much, not much going on. Markham Mitchell, 4 for 54 and a touchdown. Sugar's only 3 for 18 today. DJ Foster had 1. A lot of guys with just 1 catch. Blocking again, Exel Brown, and they're 2 weeks in a row now, so that's 3 sacks allowed in the first week, 2 in the next week. I have to keep an eye on him. And leading in tackles again, the rookie Christian Stuckey. What a player this guy is turning out to be. Right behind him again is Kevin Pierre-Louis. Leading in tackles for loss again is Kevin Pierre-Louis, but sacks there were plenty this week. Dion Jordan with 3.5, Christian Stuckey with 2, D. Milliner with 1, David Onyemata with 1, and Sherrill with a half. And I'm not sure exactly what Christian Stuckey's doing when he chases the quarterback, but he kind of looks like a Scooby-Doo villain. Right, let's get out of here! We got ourselves an interception again this week as well. This time Kevin Pierre-Louis took it back to the house. 2 forced fumbles, 1 by Darren Stanley, 1 by David Onyemata, and of course then that one was taken back by Dion Jordan for the touchdown. So 2 touchdowns from our defense. Another player has regressed. I'm assuming it'll be Tajay Sharp again with his injury thing. If it is, I'm going to stop looking at that. Oh, it's DJ Foster that time, injured. Apparently he was injured at some point. So that does it for this week. We're 2-0. We're going to play divisional rival Buccaneers next week, or rather next episode. Couple of contracts to negotiate. We're going to start scouting players again. We've got more trade offers for Logan Tammy, but again, I don't think I'm going to trade him away. I just wanted to see what he was worth. And for week 2, I'm not too surprised there. NFC Defensive Player of the Week, Dion Jordan, 7 tackles, 3 sacks, 1 fumble recovery, and a touchdown. Anyway, that does it for this episode. 2 games played, 2 games won. Defense looking very good, offense moving the ball pretty well. I'm pretty excited about the rest of this season.